Okay, so we all know AI is changing how we work. That's not new. But today, we're talking about a really major shift, moving away from just individual tools to something much, much bigger. OpenAI just announced a new platform, and honestly, it's built on a surprisingly simple idea. Let's get into it.
So, to set the scene here, get this. A recent OpenAI report found that a huge 75% of enterprise workers are already using AI to do tasks they just couldn't do before. And this isn't some niche thing happening in the IT department. It's everywhere. The way work gets done has fundamentally changed right now.
And that leads us to this really interesting paradox. I mean, if AI is so powerful, why are so many big companies finding it so hard to actually use that power at scale? What's the roadblock?
Well, there's actually a name for this problem. The AI opportunity gap. It's this growing space between what AI models are capable of doing and what companies can realistically roll out into the real world. And believe me, this gap is getting wider, fast.
This breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you've got model capabilities just exploding. I mean, OpenAI is shipping something new roughly every 3 days. But then, on the other side, big companies are getting stuck. Their systems don't talk to each other, their data's all over the place, and every new AI agent they try to deploy can actually end up adding more complexity instead of solving problems.
So, to bridge that exact gap, OpenAI has introduced a new platform. It's called Frontier, and it's designed to completely change how businesses build, deploy, and manage AI.
Now, Frontier isn't just another tool that fixes one little piece of the puzzle. Nope, it's a complete end-to-end platform. And its whole philosophy is built around this one powerful central metaphor, treating AI agents not as pieces of code, but as coworkers.
Okay, so let's really explore that idea. What does it actually mean to treat an AI agent like a new member of your team?
Well, think about how any successful business grows its team of people. It's a process we all know. First, you onboard new hires. You give them the business context they need to succeed. Then, you give them the right tools to do their job. You provide feedback so they can learn and get better. And, this is critical, you set clear boundaries and permissions so they operate safely.
And here it is. This is the key insight from OpenAI. AI coworkers need the exact same things to be effective. This simple idea is the foundation for the entire Frontier platform.
Let's see how Frontier actually does this, starting with onboarding. It connects all your separate data sources, your CRMs, your internal apps. It creates what they call a semantic layer, which is basically like a shared brain for the entire company. This gives every AI coworker that deep institutional knowledge of how your business really works.
Okay, next, an AI coworker needs the tools to actually do its job, right? Frontier gives them a secure environment for agent execution, where the AI can think through data, run code, and use other tools to solve really complex problems. And as they work, they build memories from past interactions, so they're constantly getting better at what they do. Of course, for any employee to get better, they need feedback. It's no different for an AI. Frontier has systems built right in to evaluate performance, which helps the AI learn what good actually looks like. And this is what takes an agent from being just an impressive tech demo to being a dependable teammate you can count on day in and day out.
And finally, governance. This is so important for building trust. Each AI coworker on the Frontier platform gets its own unique identity with very specific permissions and guardrails. What this means is you can scale their use across the whole organization, even in really sensitive areas, without ever losing control.
So that's the technology. But the big question is, does it actually work in the real world? Well, the early results are pretty dramatic.
At one major manufacturer, AI agents using this system cut down their production optimization work from a painful 6 weeks down to just a single day.
And at a global investment company, these agents automated so much of the sales process that they freed up over 90% more time for salespeople to actually be with their customers. Think about that.
At a large energy producer, agents helped boost output by 5%. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but for them, it translates to over $1 billion in extra revenue.
And it's not just stats. Big partners like State Farm are already seeing the value. Their Chief Digital Information Officer, Joe Park, said that by pairing Frontier with their people, they're, quote, accelerating our AI capabilities.
And that really highlights a crucial point here. Closing this opportunity gap isn't just about having good software. That's why OpenAI is actually pairing its own forward-deployed engineers to work side by side with customer teams, sharing what they know and helping them succeed.
But the vision here is even bigger than just a single product. It's really about creating an entire open ecosystem for enterprise AI.
See, because Frontier is built on open standards, it doesn't force you to throw out all your existing systems. Other AI apps from companies like Harvey, Sierra, and Abridge can plug right into Frontier's shared business context. And that means all of your AI tools get smarter, faster, without a massive integration headache for every single one.
When you put all this together, it really brings the challenge facing every business leader today into sharp focus. It's time to start thinking about your next move.
Because really, as OpenAI puts it, the question is no longer if AI will change how work gets done. The question is how quickly your organization can turn these agents from a cool possibility into a real, tangible competitive advantage.